Hello again, Miss Julie here with another craft from the public library. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little stuffed cat out of socks. These little guys are not hard to make, but it is time consuming, so you might want to stop the video at each step. If you manage to get into the library and get one of the kits we provide, it'll have a needle and thread and some stuffing and socks, Google eyes, and a little poof ball nose and maybe some fishing line whiskers. You'll need a pair of scissors, and you may need some extra stuffing and thread and maybe a glue gun. One of the nice things about this craft, though, is you may have the stuff that you need around the house anyway. You need an old pair of socks. You can stuff it with anything that you've got. You can chop up some other old socks and stick them in there. And it's okay if you don't have Google eyes. You can use buttons for the eyes and nose. That works. Different kinds of socks will give you different kinds of cats. This cat is kind of shorter and chubbier because they were shorter, fatter socks. I'm going to show you the longer sock cat. The first thing you'll want to do is straighten up the socks and put the heel bump facing up. This is the way you need to cut your socks so that you'll have all the pieces you need to make the cat. This piece here will make the cat's head, and the heel will be his little face. This piece here makes the cat's body, with the heel making his little behind. I use this piece to make the tail. I save these two scraps in case I run out of stuffing. It doesn't matter too much which end you start with on the body, but if the heel is his little behind, you want to take the longer part to be his body and his front legs, and the shorter part to be his back legs. You'll take your needle and thread and you'll sew around one paw, then down the leg, up the other leg, and around the other paw. Then go ahead and stuff the body and the legs there. It'll take about half the stuffing to fill that. After that, you'll want to sew the inseam on the other side. Then go ahead and fill the other set of legs with stuffing. Then sew up his other little set of paws and you'll close it off. Trim off the extra thread and you have your body. Sew up the ear end of the head. Then you can fill his little kitty head with stuffing and sew up the back part. Then you sew his little head to his body. It doesn't have to be perfect. I sewed one on pretty crooked once and it still looked cute. Turns out I did run out of stuffing, so I took one of the scrap pieces and rolled it up in the tail piece and sewed it together. I closed up the end, and then when I sewed the seam of the tail, I sewed it really tight so that it would give the tail a little bit of a curve. I like that. Then I attached it to the little butt of the kitty. All that's left now is to put on the eyes and nose and whiskers. I used leftover Google eyes so they don't match each other, but I think it's cute that way. They have sticky stuff on the back, so I just peeled them and put them in place, and then I used a glue gun to put his nose on. The whiskers are made out of fishing line. I put some white out on the fishing line, and then I poked it in one cheek and out the other. You don't have to put fishing line on there because it's kind of hard, and these are really soft little cuddly kittens, so you don't need to do that, but I think it looks cute. You don't have to have that, though. You can use beads or buttons or anything for its little face, and it'll look cute no matter what. There you go. Little sock kitty for you. What are you going to name him? Thanks for joining us, and I hope you come back for more crafts and stories from the public library.